with Leslie Shalabi. She is the owner and one of the co-founders here at Convivium Urban Farmstead here in the north side of Dubuque. And this is a very interesting setup. This is, I don't know, it's not a business, it's not for profit, it's a little bit of both. Tell me what is Convivium Urban Farmstead?
Yep, that's exactly right. So we are a nonprofit, but we do have a for-profit side, and that's our restaurant, event center, coffee shop. And all of the proceeds from that go to fund our nonprofit efforts. So we are, like I said, a nonprofit. Our mission is to improve life through food. And so we do that in a variety of different ways. So we have classes that we give, we do demonstrations, and we have experiences. So the restaurant we kind of put in the experience category.
Well, I'm ready to experience what we got in front of us. So this is a panini of some sort?
This is our chicken pesto panini.
Chicken pesto.
So the pesto is house made. So we grow the garlic and the pesto here in the north end.
That is a great pesto flavor. That is
great.
That is really excellent, and it's nice. The chicken is so moist and wonderful mixing with the crunch of this bread as well.
Yeah.
Everything's so well seasoned. And so you're growing a lot of items here on property as well.
Yep. So, right, and the actual footprint of Convivium we're in some old greenhouses on the north end.
Right.
So if, for those out there, they may remember them as Hopper's Greenhouse. Before that, they were the Eimer's Greenhouse, and before that it was the Munt's Greenhouse. So these greenhouses have been here since the 1920s, believe it or not.
Really? Yeah.
So we don't have a huge amount of garden space on our actual footprint. So what we've done is we've reached out to our neighbors, both businesses and homes, and said, hey, what would you think about if we used your backyard to grow our stuff? And so we've done that, and we have now 6 auxiliary gardens throughout the neighborhood. We have about 13,000 square feet of garden space.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yep.
Also incredible is this Bloody Mary.
Yeah, so this Bloody Mary mix we make ourselves. So we have a whole garden area that's just dedicated to Bloody Mary making.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
it's great. It's got a lot. It's almost a puree. I mean, it's
like a V8.
It's very chunky. It's you see a lot of pieces in here. I kind of like it. It's a little bit different. Being able to see the actual physical chunks of tomato in here, and it does have a great flavor.
So there's very little sodium in it, and we do sell the mix bulk as well. So you can pick that up in the coffee shop.
No, that's awesome.
Yep.
All right, we're gonna keep chucking along here. What is this guy? This is
on our breakfast menu, but a lot of people also have this for lunch. It's super healthy. It's one of our gluten-free options. So it's a sweet potato quinoa bowl. So we've got quinoa, which is a type of grain, and in it are caramelized onions. We have roasted chickpeas, greens. The greens cycle through, so it's whatever we have in season.
Kind of looks like we got some kale in here today.
And then roasted sweet potatoes. It's topped with an over easy egg or an over medium egg, and then sprinkled with a spice mix that's a Middle Eastern spice mix called za'atar.
Interesting.
Yep. And so that's that lemony, kind of bright lemony flavor that you taste.
No, that's really good. I mean, anytime I can get caramelized onions in anything, I'm a big fan of. But the quinoa and I really like the roasted chickpeas in here.
That's
that
a nice
little crunch to it. That's really good.
Yep.
And the flavor of sweet potato. It's hard to go wrong with sweet potato.
So what you're drinking now is our house-made chai.
House-made chai.
Yep. So this is an iced version. You can also have it warm. You know, it's a little warm out today, so I think an iced version is nicer. Or you can have it warm, like I said. So we make the concentrate, which you can also buy bulk, and then you mix it half and half with milk of your choice. So.
I really like it. I like the creaminess of the milk. We've got a dash of cinnamon on top of here, which is a nice, really bold flavor to mix in with that milk in the tea. That's really good.
Yeah. I like to refer to it as the original pumpkin spice. It sort of has that flavor to it.
Well, everything here has been really tasty. I'm kind of curious, though, if we can step outside of the garden, maybe walk around a little bit and see where some of this food came from.
Love to show you.
All right. So we've made our way outside.
Yeah.
So yeah, tell me a little bit about the urban farmsteading part of this.
Sure. So we have a series of gardens throughout the neighborhood. We actually grow a lot of our food in our neighbors' backyards. And we make the distinction, we have two types of gardens. We have a production bed, which that's the place where we're growing a lot of stuff that we're eating in the restaurant. And then we have another type of garden called a common bed. These are yellow raised box gardens, and these vegetables in these beds are free for the neighborhood or whoever wants to come. So we plant and tend, and then folks can come and pick that produce.
Yeah, I love that idea of being able to feed your neighbors out of your garden.
Yeah, so this area of the city is considered a food desert. That's a USDA classified term that basically means that 2/3 of the residents in a neighborhood live more than a mile away from a grocery store that sells fresh produce and food or meat. And so this is our tiny way of solving that problem of the food desert. Right. So I mentioned the common bed. So this is a common bed. And so if you notice here in the jungle, we have some signage that talks about what the vegetable is and what's edible and how to harvest it.
Oh, that's great.
Yep.
And anybody at any time can just swing
at
by
any time, yeah.
And grab them.
Yep, exactly. So we try and do vegetables in these beds that are, people know what they are, they're approachable, there's no like super weird stuff here. So we'll do green beans, tomatoes, onions, carrots, that kind of thing.
Yeah, a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Well, that's
so
great.
This is a common bed. If we come over here, this is a production garden.
This is your production garden.
Yeah, so
right.
this is some of the kale that you had in the quinoa bowl. This is where it came from.
Oh, wow.
This actual bed. So
yeah, that's awesome.
It's exciting, huh? To see it.
Being able to see where your food's coming from is really awesome. I mean, everybody talks about farm to table, but being able to say, from the backyard to your plate, and it's only a few steps away.
Yeah, we like to say hyper local. So.
Hyper local. That's a great way to explain this because it is right next door and in a wonderful, wonderful neighborhood.
Yeah.
Leslie, you've got such a unique opportunity for people to come down and experience the agriculture a little bit different way. But either by coming into the restaurant, maybe doing a self-guided tour of a couple of the gardens, and really experience a different way to eat, and like you said, find joy through life through food, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, thanks for having us in.
Yeah, thanks so much.